How to make a two-part mold in SelfCAD. Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you another user request, how to make a mold, a two-part mold for an object like this. So what you need to have here is basically, obviously depends on the size of the object you're going to be cutting out from, but the minimum must be something that will encapsulate the entire object. So if you look over here, if you select the object, you see this rectangle. This is basically something called a bounding box, which basically is how the object's being measured from the entire thing, kind of like putting it into a box, basically a tight bounding box. That's how it's called. But over here, if you look at this object size, this is like 55.9 on the X and Z, and the height is 85. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a basic cube, and I'm going to add a value of, let's say 57 by 80. Let's make it 90 just to have enough space to cut out. Let's make this actually 60. So I'll make it 60 by 90 by 60. Okay, and we finalize it. So obviously you cannot see the object, the original object that I have, but you can see it actually in the bottom over here. It's flickering, but I want this to be positioned in the center. So I'm going to select this object, and we're going to go to the Align tool. And in the Align tool, I'll align it to this mesh 15 that is named this object. And I'm going to choose the middle option, middle and center. So if I'm going to go now to this cube object, I'm going to change the opacity a little bit. You're going to be able to see that we have inside in this, we have this object completely inside. Okay, so now in order to cut this, what we need to have is we need to have two parts. Now there's a lot of ways you can do it. Obviously you can simply make two separate cubes to cut it, but the easiest way, if we do something like this in this flow, I'm going to slice this object in two. So I can slice it also with many ways, but I need it actually to be closed. So basically two completely separate cubes. And for that, the easiest option is to use cut with plane. And I'm going to use a back and front. So from here, you see this is my left. So I need to have like a left and right plane, and remove the bottom plane. I just need this plane to cut it like this. Simply cut it like this. And then I need to choose over here the option to make sure this is selected. Split object needs to be chosen split object. And once split object is on, you also have to choose the option fill cuts. Fill cuts means it will seal it, so it will be two separate cubes. And now I'm going to finalize it, close it. So I'm going to isolate this for a second. You can see that we have actually, this is completely split and closed as well. So what I'm going to do now here is I'm going to select only one of them and select this object as well. So this is basically sticking into this object. And I'm going to go to Stitch and Scoop and choose this option, the difference option, and we're going to remove the node. But I also need to choose the option to keep, you see this made the cut perfectly fine, but I need to keep the option keep original object, because I'm going to need it again to cut the other piece, and then I finalize it. So once this is done, the cut is done, but you still see this because the other part is selected. So I'm going to uncheck the difference, and I'm going to select the other object, and we're going to repeat the same process. So just remove it now, remove this one. Now I don't need to keep the original because we are done. So we are left with two separate objects. If I'm going to move them now apart to see, you can see we have two objects. Each one has half of the cut. And let's just make sure we can see it clearly with nice opacity back. And the same with other object, changing its opacity. Oops, I'm not sure what I did here. Clicked something wrong. Okay. So here you go. So this is how you create these type of molds. I hope this was helpful, and let me know in the comments if you want me to show anything else, or if you have any other questions. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.